Well, hey everyone, and welcome. I'm your friend Art of Mana. Let's dive into this 556th stream. Dash Magnum, hello. Hey, guess what? You got to be here for the first stream of the week, which hasn't happened for a while. So, hey, that's another bonus for streaming on Tuesday over Monday. Awesome. Well, Dash, how's your day? What's up? How you doing, buddy? I was watching some Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going through my Marvel Cinematic Universe lineup, and that's the movie I'm on right now. And for some reason, I just kind of thought of you. I don't know why. It seems like your kind of movie. Anyways, random association, but today we are going to be playing Super Mario Brothers 35. So I don't know how much you know about this game. I'm not sure if you've downloaded it yet. It is free on the eShop. If you have a Nintendo Online subscription, you're good. You can just download it. And so far, I've won a few. Let's see if we can win a few here. I don't know. Anyway, Dash says, oh, that's a good one. The first Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That is a fun one. And yes, that's the one I'm on right now. So yeah, I forgot how good it was, actually. Like, it's got its weird aspects, but I suppose that's really appropriate for the source material. Let me get my phone out of my pocket here real quick. There we go. Memory Martin, hello. How are you doing? Hype. We're going to do an Isle of Mana fun collaboration this Saturday night. That should be good. Dash says, thanks. Today was a good day. Got a lot of personal errands done. Excellent. It's always a good feeling, right? I got a few personal errands done too. You want to know what my errands were today? Well, so yesterday I worked overtime. Oi. And so today I worked a little bit less, which was nice. I got to do a few things. I actually did get a job application in, which I'm hopeful for. I'm going to get a chance to shadow here hopefully soon. And I ran and bought cookies and deodorant. So really, I went to the store ostensibly because I needed deodorant. And then as I went, I was like, I'm going to the store. I really want cookies. I just want, like some of those cookies, the Oreo knockoffs, and then they have the sleeves that are, some have 2 of the chocolate and some have 2 of the vanilla, and they have the other sleeve, the opposite. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get some of those. I'm just, for whatever reason, I'm craving like the generic knockoff Oreo with the vanilla. So I go to the store and I mask up and then I do everything and I'm using my little, I should show it sometime. I have a little brass key that I use at the checkout and I use to open doors and things like that. And I go through, I finally punch in my code and I'm doing the whole thing and I get my cookies. And while I'm there, it's not, you can't just get the one thing of cookies because you're going to go through those cookies. And at that point, you're going to be sad because you don't have other cookies. So I needed some backup cookies. So I got some animal cracker, frosted animal cracker cookie, whatever they're called. The circus animals, that's what they're called. The Mother's Brax circus animals, whatever. So I had some backup cookies, which was really good. And but then I thought, what if you have too many sweets, and you need that snack, but you've done too much with the sugar, right? It's just too much sugar in your system. Have you ever noticed that you just get a little bit antsy, a little jittery, you're not really feeling your best? And I'm thinking, well, maybe I need something savory to counterbalance the eventuality that I eat too many cookies and I'm not feeling my best. So you can't counteract that with something like preparing a steak. You know, that just takes too long. You need something that's quick and maybe also doesn't seem healthy, so as to trick your mind into thinking, aha, I'm taking in the same sort of things as the cookies, but it's actually savory. So I get some Wheat Thins and Easy Cheese. I don't know what. Don't let me go shopping. It's a terrible idea. So then I come back with cookies, 2 bags of cookies and Wheat Thins and Easy Cheese, and I get to my car and I'm putting everything in there. Get the keys in the ignition, and I go, wait a minute. I forgot the deodorant. I have to go back and get the deodorant now. So I have to go and, anyway, the whole thing. There's a line, but anyway. So that's my story, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a good one. Don't forget the deodorant. Steak can be quick if you like it really rare and don't mind the possibility of indigestion. Oh, that's great. That's great. Memory Martin's doing all right, taking the last of their prep medicine for tomorrow, so they'll be having quite a party tonight. All right, sounds good. No new job yet. No new job yet. It's still in the works. But here we go, everybody. This, and I went with the green screen today because I wanted you to be able to see it. This is Super Mario 35, and you can see there's some daily challenges, so we're going to be able to hopefully rank in the top 20 of a 35-player battle, clear 4 courses in a single 35-player battle, use the item roulette 10 times in a 35-player battle. These are the dailies, if you will. So ain't that always the way? Always forgetting the one thing you went to the store for in the first place. Exactly, Dash. And apparently in a couple of days, we're getting a new special battle. I think I played it once, unfortunately. But I'm level 30, getting close to 35. We'll probably make it to level 35 during this stream. And right now, let's go ahead and dive right into a 35-player battle. Let's just do it. We can select a course, or we can push Y to have the game surprise us. And I'm not really sure, like, the volume here might be a little quiet in the background. I'll raise it up a little bit. So have you had a chance to actually play this yet? Oh, what do you want to do in terms of wardrobe, both in-game and IRL? Memory Martin, great question. Just something, kind of nice. Just, like something you'd wear to a job interview. Maybe down one, just something kind of nice. It's a fun chance to dress up too if you want. I'll be wearing my suit. And then if you want in the game, really, you could either match yourself or do something that you think talks to your creativity, whatever you want to do. Ooh, this is not a great start on my part. There we go. Let's do the lowest time there. Aha. That was a thing that we just accomplished. Alright. Get some coins. It is unfortunately kind of loud. Let me lower that. After I get a little bit of time. Let's do this. Run through. We'll grab that too. So this is, as my dear friend Seth 8-Bit Dad 7DC described, a resource management game. And I think that's a really apt description. Now, in case you are wondering, we actually have 2 blogs on Blog of Mana that are getting ready to be posted. And Dash, if you ever want to do movie reviews or show reviews or video game reviews or whatever you want to do on there, you're more than welcome to contribute to the Blog of Mana. But 8-Bit Dad 7DC, otherwise known as Seth, he has created a wonderful video about this game that I think is worth your time. And there'll be a blog post with the video linked in it, or actually embedded in it, coming out hopefully soon. Probably, I'm going to try and put the first one up on tomorrow or tonight. And then, oh, shucks. And then we have the, this one that we got to do. So the one on this game. I might actually skip ahead. I don't know. We'll see. Woof. Oh. All all the things are happening. Oh, be still my heart. Can't take it. Let's go back to World 1-1. For whatever reason, I'm nervous today. Hey, Chrono, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Of course, with all this going on, I'm not sure I'm going to necessarily have as much of an opportunity to read the chat in between rounds. Or during rounds, I should say. I'll be able to read them in between rounds. And one of the things I've noticed in this game, too, it's like you kind of want to figure out, like, do you go for time? Do you go for coins? And I found my strategy early on is to kind of focus on time and then go for the coins after I've gotten a pretty decent lead. Like, if I get to 200 seconds on the clock, at that point I start kind of focusing a little more on coins. One time I had 400 on the clock, and I was doing so good, I'm like, I got this one. Like, there's no way I'm going to lose. And then right at the very end, I somehow managed to just do this really dumb thing where, like, I looked away for a second, I was just a little distracted, and landed right in a pit. And I was like, no! By the way, one nice thing that they did in this game is that they made it so that instead of, like the original game, you lose all of your power-ups, they've instead opted to go with the now standard Mario strategy of you lose just one of your your power-ups. So if you've got the Fire Flower, you end up still having a Super Mushroom, which is nice. Chrono, I'm doing well. It's good to see you. Yeah, I did apply for a new job today. Got my resume in, and how funny is it nowadays with all these web portals? They make it easier for people.
Thanks for hosting.
Oh my gosh, Scooter, thanks for that host. They make it easier for people who are on the back end reviewing the data, but for people who are actually applying, it's actually a lot harder. For example, why do you ask me to upload my resume and then also ask me to then essentially fill out a form that includes everything on my resume? I don't get it. And then why, if you expect a cover letter, is there not just like, and you do everything else digitally, why would you not have, for example, a little fill-in field where you put the contents of a cover letter? Cover lever? Oh boy, tonight's a night I'm not going to be able to talk, I know it. I couldn't say deodorant. Can't say letter. I don't have, or at least I never thought I had any sort of speech impediment. But once you start streaming, you start feeling like you do. Twitchy Berry, greetings to you, my friend. Happy Tuesday. How strange is it? I keep wanting to say happy Monday. I've already worked many hours this week. And it's been interesting. But hey, let's talk about the schedule really fast. So I am this week doing a modified schedule, and maybe we might even stick with it at some point in the future. I don't know. Yeah, that was close. I'm doing it this week because I actually have a presentation I'm going to be making through Zoom on Wednesday night. A friend of mine reached out to me. He does a bunch of work in a college up in Washington. And he said, hey, we really want to get some guest speakers. And one of the nice things is that with everything COVID related, we're doing all of our events through Zoom. So why not, could you come and present? I was like, that's awesome. I would love to. And this is kind of in, more my original field and everything like that. And I get to choose a topic, and I'm pumped. And yeah, so I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night. And then I'm like, well, heck, I might as well utilize all of this gear I've got. So I'm going to use the green screen, and I'm going to have this cool PowerPoint. Well, it'll actually be a keynote presentation behind me. And, kind of something like what I'm using tonight. So, yeah, it was kind of neat to be asked, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that's happening on Wednesday, and that's why I moved my schedule to Tuesday and Thursday. And then some of you might have noticed, too, I've got 2 streams on Saturday this week. So in the evening, I'll be streaming with Memory Martin. We'll have an Isle Mana Live event, which should be a lot of fun. Oh, shoot. That's not what I want on this one. This is not good. Oh, no. Okay, hold on. Oh, boy. Whoa! Oh! Oh, okay, another one. Oh, another one. Another one. Oh, get more coins. Get something. Narg! Shoot. Darn. Rough. Third place, everybody. That could have been a win too, but right at the very end there. Scooter has redeemed a message and says, "Hey Mana, due to being only on data with shoddy service, I explained more in my DM. I cannot stay. Plus, I have a doctor's appointment in the morning before work. Love to you all and get first place, Art of Mana." Thank you so much, Scooter. And do good being well, and I will catch you later. We'll catch up, and I'll read your DM soon too. Okay. Chrono says, "A new job. Neat. The FBI wants streamers like you." Twitchy Berry says, "I've been trying to unlock 4-1 in this game for 2 days now." Oh, man. Dash says, "And yeah, some of the hoops they expect you to jump through for a new job feel like they're just there to make you jump through them. I don't get it either." Memory Martin says, "I have a slight one due to my overbite, I believe." Okay, a slight what? Oh, speech impediment? Fair enough. I mean, I think we all, to some extent, have a speech impediment because very few of us speak perfectly. Yeah, Scooter, I love you, man. Listen, I'll read the DM, catch up with you, but hopefully we can catch up here soon. And thanks. I have a doctor's appointment on Thursday as well. So another thing, I'll share it with you. I've been a little bit embarrassed by this. Okay. I have my my wedding ring I've had for years. Now, when we got it, I was a few pounds lighter when we got married. And, I wanted my ring to not fall off. So I got it maybe just a little tight even then. But as I gained a little bit of weight, it became tighter, especially in the summer months. If it would get to be a certain kind of weather where I'd maybe kind of be a little bit warmer and, and your skin kind of gets puffy, if you know what I mean, right? So I noticed that, but then I went on Whole30. I lost all this weight, and like my ring was just sliding on and off like it should, But I do have sort of a wide knuckle, so that's always been another issue. So it kind of sometimes, I'll kind of soap my finger if I'm sliding it off or whatever. Anyway, what I had noticed is it was getting tighter, and I was gaining weight back. I mean, I'm going to blame it in part to COVID, in part to stress at work, which is part of why I'm leaving. And just not having time. Like when you don't have the resources, it's difficult to actually stay on top of healthy eating habits. So anyways, long story short, I started noticing the ring was getting tighter, but I'm typing a bunch on a keyboard, playing guitar, and then one time I kind of like knocked my finger, and it's almost like, if you remember, Jimmy Fallon was injured very intensely by sleeving his finger. He actually hit his ring finger with the ring on it on the counter when he fell or something like that, and it took a bunch of skin off of his finger. He had to have these surgeons. I mean, there were issues with his nerve endings and stuff. So he got the best doctors and stuff. So I ended up starting to freak out because I was noticing some tingling in my hand, and I took my ring off. Right, my ring is off right now, and because I ended up feeling this tingling sensation all the way from like here, and kind of all in my hand, but I do think maybe it's just psychological. It's from here all the way up and like to my shoulder. And when I do certain things, if I use the keyboard and play like WASD, like I was playing a little bit of the game that shall not be named with my friend, Fortnite, and just the position of my hand it was kind of getting tingling, and it's still I feel a little bit here. So I'm going to see my doctor. It's been a couple of days. I'm really nervous that I hope it's not like a carpal tunnel issue or something like that. But I've been trying to like stretch it. I was playing guitar last Sunday, and this is when I got really worried because there were a couple of chords that really hurt, and there were a couple of Memory Martin Wright stares at class ring intensely, right? Yeah, so there were a couple of chords that really hurt, and also I went to play a couple of bar chords, and I just didn't feel like I had the strength. Now, some of that might also be that some of those chords were a little bit trickier and I hadn't played them for a while, but still got me nervous. So I just want to let you know that that's why I'm currently, I don't have my ring on. I'm going to see the doctor and see what to do. And I'm going to get my ring resized, which is something I had kind of hoped not to do, but I think I just need to do. Because even before, it was a little bit too tight, especially in the summer months. So I kind of knew that. But that was one part. And then the other part is I hope it's due to the fires, but I still have this massive cough. Now, right before the stream, I did end up taking some medicine to hopefully help with that. Oops. But still, it's still an issue. So yeah, thank you, Scooter. I hope that I'll keep you posted. I hope that it all works out. It's nerve-wracking because two things which involve the use of both hands that I am very passionate about: playing video games and playing guitar. So I'm nervous. I'm honestly pretty nervous, but you know, if you wouldn't mind saying some prayers for me, keeping me in your thoughts, that would be awesome. And well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so that I'm going to the doctor as well. That'll be on Thursday. I'll keep you posted, everyone. Been a little embarrassed to talk about it, but I'm glad that I did just share it. And Scooter, take care. Thank you so much. Yes, take care. Much love and keep on gaming indeed, Scooter. There's that catchphrase. And so yeah, I never did finish what I'm doing this week. So obviously a slightly modified schedule. Wow, this is terrible start. Okay, actually wait, terrible start, but I'm gonna be honest. The very first time that I played this game, the first thing that happened was I ran right into a Goomba. I was like, oh, well, that's not good. Oh my gosh, what is going on? No, yeah, there we go. They're after me, boys. Okay, there we go. So, Saturday, yeah, in the evening, we'll be hanging out with Memory Martin in Isle Man Alive. But that is not all, because then on Blarg, Saturday morning, the plan is actually that I will be streaming a live event. Excuse me. I had some carbonated water. Just got the hiccups. I'll be streaming a live event. Those of you who've heard me talk about this before, I'm really excited about the Intellivision Amico. This is a brand new family-friendly console that's coming out. Tommy Tallarico, who's an industry veteran, is at the helm of this project. There are all kinds of really cool things about it, like it's going to include very inexpensive games, all geared around couch co-op and arcade-style gameplay, so short and sweet and fun to repeat, which has kind of been my motto in games lately. Because, again, I'm just realizing I don't have the time to invest in long AAA titles and whatnot. So, I'm really excited. They're going to do a special event at 10:30 on Saturday morning. So, I'm going to start streaming at 9:30. No, sorry, at 10 o'clock, 10:10 on 10:10. That's what it is. 10:10 is when it starts. So, at 9:30, I'm going to start streaming. We're going to go ahead and watch that event live, have some running commentary, and maybe if I get around to it, if I'm able to accomplish it, I'd like to get a little preliminary video so that everyone kind of gets caught up. But we'll do a lot of that at the start of the event when I start streaming at 9:30. I'll be talking about my thoughts on the console, the news that has been coming out over the months. I haven't done as much commentary, video content, or writing about it as I had intended to, for just numerous reasons, but I've been following it closely and very interested in everything that's coming out. So it's a really interesting concept. Recently, there was an Earthworm Jim reveal because there's an Earthworm Jim platformer coming out, a sequel, exclusively to the Amico. So there's just a lot that has gotten me fairly hyped. Now, a couple other things about this event. There's also going to be an exclusive, or no, sorry. Well, there's going to be a lot of reveals. They're going to show new hardware video and footage. They're also going to reveal some new games, and in the app that you can download on the App Store on iOS or the Google Play Store on Android, they're going to release a demo of a second game. Right now, there actually is a demo of a game on there, Moon Patrol. And, just lest you get your hopes up, like to a point where, you're thinking, oh my gosh, what is this? Is this going to compete with, all of the ray tracing and whatnot? No, that's not what this is aimed at, right? This is aimed at short, sweet, and fun to repeat. That's my new phrase that I'm coining it now. Trademark Art of Mana. Lakitu swarms are nuts. Indeed. Actually, they're really spinies, not nuts. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, Twitchy Berry. Ah! So, yeah, but the whole concept, every single game that comes out on the platform is going to be family-friendly, E for everyone, appropriate. And I believe they said that the maximum cost of a game is going to be $7. So how cool is that? And they've got a couple of neat things there already, so I'm pretty excited. They've definitely revealed enough to have my interest. I actually pre-ordered it a while back, and I'm excited to hear more about it when we get to the 10/10 event. So that's going to be Saturday morning. Please, again, just if you are interested in the Amico, feel free to join me and comment there. If you've never heard of it before, I think you're going to like what you see. So, again, it has me pretty hyped. Oh, no! Oh, that was a terrible round. Oh, see, that's the way this goes, right? Darn. 11th. No good. Let's rematch. Mary Martin's going to chug as much water as I can before midnight, so I'll be listening for like 10 minutes. Fair enough. Chrono, ouch, is right. It's the way the game go, though. Sometimes it's just, it's just not going to end well. So I am playing, by the way, with this controller. This is the Super Nintendo online controller. And I found this is the best way to play this game. I attempted it with one of these controllers, which is the NES online controllers, which you would think would be perfect. But of course, it doesn't actually have all the buttons you need. And that is a problem. So I went with the Super Nintendo controller. The other thing is it makes running feel more natural. Now, I think I could get the NES controller working, and I might try that later on. But because you in theory, should be able to reset the controls. And, you don't need to be able to target things here. Like, you don't have to do that. But this feels more natural for running as the game intends you to, which is with the Y button, and then you jump with B. And that's how Super Mario World played. And believe it or not, even though this looks like Super Mario Brothers, the physics actually feel more like Super Mario World. So it's not a one-to-one to the original physics, which, for better or worse, I think it actually is for the best, because, otherwise you kind of get that strange thing where your bounce off of enemies is really short, and that can really ruin a run, and a lot of people aren't used to that because it's not at all how Mario plays these days. So I'm good with it like this. It's a good balance. By the way, I don't know if anyone is also curious about this, but I'm really wanting to get that Game & Watch, and I haven't heard anything about a release date. So if you happen to see it go up for pre-orders, please @ me on every social media platform you can. If you have my number, text me. If you put up some smoke signals, I'd be greatly appreciative. Like, I really want to get it before scalpers get everything. I'm like super pumped about it. It just looks so cool. So I'm on my little Game & Watch. I can keep it at my desk and see what's going on and all that good stuff. Ooh, Memory Martin is asking about Switch games I would recommend. Oh, yeah. Tell you what we're going to do. After this next round, we'll go through some of what's on my Switch right now, and then we'll talk about some of the other games I have that unfortunately I haven't played yet, but I have on my shelf. And there's quite a fair few of them. A lot of limited run games that I haven't even opened yet. It's really annoying. I'm kind of thinking, like, I need to go through that backlog more, and that time to take 5 or 10 that Scooter and I were working on, I need to get back into that to just highlight some games. But one thing I'll say right off the bat, a game that I think is a lot of fun, is a game called Snake Pass. And I think it's been very overlooked. It's a hidden gem, I would say. It's a collectathon game in a strange way, feeling a little bit like maybe, say, Banjo-Kazooie and the like. But it also has this unique mechanic where you play as the snake, and the controls feel really interesting. You sort of have to slither, and you can kind of writhe your body and hold on to things, grip things, so that you can drop down and collect the things you need to collect. It's super fun. It's a lot of it's a cheerful game, and it's another one of those ones where you can kind of play a little or a lot, and you don't feel like you have to go through this epic sprawling adventure. And if you set it aside for a while and come back to it, that's totally fine. And if you want to go back and try and discover new secrets, you can do that too. And it's a really good one. Snake Pass on the Nintendo Switch. It's also on other platforms, but for my money, of course, I'm always going to choose the Nintendo Switch. Chrono has a holiday backlog. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. I thought I was going to get that, and the darn Goomba got in my way. Yeah, let's get some coins. Let's get the person with the most coins. So, other games that are really good. I'm going to just think of some indie games right now. Obviously, The Last Campfire and A Short Hike were phenomenal games. If you want to play through those, I definitely recommend them. There's a game that actually was on sale not too long ago. It was really inexpensive, and I actually double dipped in it. That game, why can't I think of it? It's an RPG. Oh, by Ubisoft. With a very painterly effect. I'll have to look it up because I can't recall off the top of my head. But anyway, that's one I would definitely recommend. Ah, shucks. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Hey, well, we got a star. Let's get another thing. Let's get some more things. I don't like the idea of running through the fire there. That's a bad idea. Oh my gosh, we're getting lots of coins here. Woo! All right, that was good. Woo! So much stuff. Oh. He's after us. He's after us. Whew. We did it. Oh yeah. Okay, so but as far as big like AAA titles, and the Nintendo exclusives, if you have not played the Hyrule Warriors franchise, definitely recommend the definitive edition of that. Of course, Breath of the Wild, but I'd also say Link's Awakening. I'm a big Zelda fan, but if you enjoy adventure games, that's awesome. If you're not really into open worlds, I think, not Link to the Past, what is it called? Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening is an excellent game to pick up because it's not as complicated as Breath of the Wild in that, I mean, not that Breath of the Wild is necessarily complicated either, but, like, how do I put this? So, ooh, nice. So, with Link's Awakening, it's much more of a traditional Zelda game where the progression is real. Oh, that's lame. Is really well defined. It makes sense where you go. You know when you're on to the next puzzle or next dungeon. It's well done. And I would recommend that one. I don't have it yet. I'm really wanting to pick up Kirby Star Allies. That game looks really good. I love the Kirby franchise, and this one seems like it has a lot of great multiplayer content. You know, obviously Mario Kart, Splatoon 2, I forget what you have, but those are some of the top games. I think ARMS is a fun game if you want to do something that's a little more physical. You use the Joy-Cons like boxing gloves, and it's definitely a better game than its reputation would have you believe. Not that it has a poor reputation, it just gets overlooked a lot. What are some other good games? Remind me, what are some of the genres you really like? I know you like Animal Crossing and Pokemon. I mean, you know, there's a lot of indie titles that kind of might meet your goals there. Trying to think. Shucks. Memory Martin has both Link's Awakening and Breath of the Wild. Okay. Okay, and you have Kirby Star Allies as well. Nice. Okay. Oof. Doop. So let's see. It sounds like you have most of the kind of big AAA titles. Oh, I was so nervous. Many a game have I lost a life in that exact same situation. Whew. Let's go ahead and do this, shall we? I don't know if you saw it. I did the little dance on the top. Oh, that's a game there that I hadn't even thought about. I have not personally played it. Okay, that was just style points. I don't know why I did that. But, yeah, the Fire Emblem games. I have not played those, but Three Houses. There's also the Hyrule Warriors version of that, too. But yeah, I forgot about that. And if you're into that kind of tactical RPG gameplay with the storyline, probably is a good one to pick up. I personally haven't picked it up because as much as I want to get into that franchise, I'm just not that interested in the gameplay. I'm more interested in the story, but it's not the type of game I typically play myself. That's what it comes down to. But the same thing is true of Pokemon, so, you know, it's in good company. You know, I pretty much ignored the Pokemon franchise all my life, you know? So, don't at me. Ah! Uh-oh. So this is not good. And that's not great either. Ah! No! Hey, Twitchy Berry just got their third first place finish and unlocked 4-1 at the same time. Awesome! Dash says, gotcha, I'm still part of the way through it too. Got interrupted by Animal Crossing. Memory Martin played the tutorial, but nothing else so far. So Memory Martin says, so far on my holiday list, I have Pikmin 3 Deluxe, Mario 3D All-Stars, The Last Campfire, Dark Souls, and Firewatch, right? That's what it's called. I'm glad Last Campfire is on your list. I'm really glad Mario 3D All-Stars is on there, because I think that's the best 3D Mario game, in my opinion. I love it. Memory Martin says, I have the 3DS version of Hyrule Warriors. Never beat it. Then again, I still haven't beaten a Legend of Zelda game. There you go. Now's as good a time as any to work on changing that. That might be pretty cool. Hyrule Warriors is an interesting one. Now, on the 3DS, it was pretty good, but I think I enjoyed it more on the Wii U. I actually picked it up. Oh no, my arm! That's one way to solve the issue. Here's my... They just came out of nowhere. Yeah. There we go. It's my stash. Boy, that arm. So sorry. But yeah, I picked up Hyrule Warriors. I do need to play that. I actually had held off on it because I have all the DLC on the Wii U and on the 3DS. And then someone told me that really it's worth it to get the Switch version because it's like playing an entirely different game. So apparently it just plays like a combination of the two, and it will seem unfamiliar. And of course, we have the new game coming out soon, Cadence of Hyrule. Here's one for you, Memory Martin. If you don't have Cadence of Hyrule, I'd recommend that one. It is a rhythm game set in the Zelda universe, and you have to play it in a fairly unusual way. You time every movement to the rhythm of the song that is playing, and you have to attack on the beat or else you aren't effective, and you have to dodge enemies on the beat or else you're not effective. And it sounds maybe a little bit intimidating. It's really a lot of fun. And it's a fairly short game. It's a fairly inexpensive game. And I don't know if you like rhythm games. I'm a fan of them to an extent. This is not going to feel like, say playing Guitar Hero or something like that. Instead, it's going to feel a lot more like a top-down adventure game. But yeah, and there is DLC for Cadence of Hyrule. It's just coming out, or it just came out. But I have my physical copy of the game pre-ordered. I've had it pre-ordered for months. When that game comes out physically, it will have the DLC included. So even though I have it digitally, I want my physical copy for my Zelda collection. And I honestly, I know I've been pulling out these games left and right here. To be honest, I've been pretty good lately, but as of really late, I picked up a few things I've been wanting for a while. My my overtime, I used a little of that for some fun money. And but I try and get things through limited run games first and foremost. And then the things obviously I really want to play. But things that are limited right now are what I'm going for this generation, just as a way of collecting them. It's kind of fun. There's a lot of great indie titles. I just got the Shantae games that I was really looking forward to, including the Game Boy cartridge, which is super cool because I never thought I would own the original game to be played on original hardware. And I've wanted to do that for so long. I've never played through the entire original game, and I always just told myself I wanted to do it on the original hardware, and so now I have an opportunity to. Let's see. Chronos says, I feel like Cadence of Hyrule is Crypt of the Necrodancer with Zelda paint, and that's exactly what it is. It was actually a collaboration between those companies. In fact, the Crypt of the Necrodancer crew approached Nintendo, and Nintendo said yeah, which is pretty remarkable, believe it or not. Ooh, ah. Let's do attackers. There we go. There we go. It was a direct collab, yep. And oh, Steffers? This is my all-time favorite game. Game Boy Color all the way. Nice! Welcome on in. How are you doing, Steffers? Steffers? I feel like I'm so sorry I'm not saying your name accurately. Oh, that's not good. Please do let me know if if you could kind of give me a hint on how to accurately say it. I am playing through the game. Obviously, it's a little hard to read the chat, but I'll definitely catch up here soon. Welcome on in. And for anyone, by the way, who is new around here, I am Mana. I'm an E for Everyone family-friendly variety streamer. I focus on Nintendo, retro and original hardware, and indie titles. I am a big fan of Animal Crossing right now. I've been playing a lot of that, but I'm doing something a little different this week. We've got this. We've got Fall Guys on Thursday, excuse me, because there's a new season which will be medieval themed, and I kind of want to play a little of that. Ooh, that was cool. And also we've got the Intellivision Amico event coming up on Saturday, which is very exciting. Here we go, Bowser. I think not, my friend. I think not. Oof. Let's see. Okay. So, what other games would I recommend? I'll have to go back after this. But one of the games I was thinking, and unfortunately, again, I'm sort of forgetting the name of it. It's the game. I think it's called Ever. No, like I want to say EverQuest, and that's not what it is. Oh shoot! It's the game that has you go through all of the different eras of RPGs. No! Darn. Well, there we go, everybody. But we did get the item roulette used 10 times, so that's a thing anyways. Oof, indeed. We're getting worse. But we got to level 35, everybody. So that's exciting. Let me quickly adjust to show you. Darn. Steffers, what's up? How you doing? Mary Martin says, I think I want to try and get a bunch of physical Pokemon games. Doubt I'd ever get them all, but I've got a good start with most of the main series games, Japanese Stadium 1 and 2, and a couple of the multiple spin-off titles. That's a good thing. Steffers says, I lost my Game Boy Color and I feel like I need to buy it again, but I can't decide. What I have, like all of the games, Zelda, Powerpuff, Donkey Kong, Mario, I love them and so much fun. Steph, there we go. Excuse me. I'm gonna just honestly, the Game Boy Color is like incredible. The Game Boy Color is one of those systems that they're fun to collect. There's just a lot of great colors, and it's just good. So I definitely recommend it. Here, let's go through this really quickly. Here's some games. Best arcade game of all time, in my opinion. If you like kind of a run and gun sort of game, Sunset Riders, I love it. I've heard good things about this. I can't wait to play it, but I haven't yet. Celeste is a really good one. I actually think you might enjoy that one, Memory Martin. Scood is here. Welcome on in. Hey, happy streaming. I saw that you came back to it. I missed your stream, but that's super cool. By the way, Child of Light is what I was thinking about. That's the Ubisoft RPG that I would highly recommend. Very, very good. That's an excellent game. I know that Scood is going to tell me that Grease is a really good game, or Gris, or Grice. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce it. Here's a game I have on my radar for Halloween. We'll be playing a little Halloween pinball, probably. Hiroki. This is one I'd recommend. It came out on mobile, but it's a lot of fun. You play as this flying character as you go through platforms and things like that. It's pretty cool. It's a fun game and very cute. You can look at it on mobile and see if you like the idea. But again, you have this sort of helicopter hat and you go through and you can fly, but it's a platformer. It's kind of interesting. Horizon Chase Turbo is an excellent driving game. I've heard great things about Kamiko. Can't wait to play that one. Same thing with Kiro Blaster. Kuso is a fun, challenging platform that's really short and easy with a lot of forgiveness because you restart very close to where you mess up. I actually think this is a really solid game. My brother-in-law and I played through it. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. It's fun. It's a good game. Monster Boy is excellent. Really enjoy that. Mulaka is a game that looks really excellent. I can't wait to play that. I think I'm going to stream it. It's a 3D action adventure kind of game. Nine Parchments is a sequel of sorts to the Trine trilogy, and it looks really fun. But I'm trying to work a collaboration on that one. Of course, the Overcooked series is fantastic. I do have Ori and the other. Pikuniku is actually pretty fun. Pix the Cat, super cheap and actually worth a spin because it's actually really easy to play, really easy to pick up, and it's a lot of fun. Ring Fit Adventure, of course, is phenomenal. River City Girls. This is a fantastic brawler with just so much charm, and if you're into sort of the anime aesthetic, you might enjoy that. Snake Pass, that's the one I was talking about. Excellent game, really good. Squid's Odyssey is another mobile title that came then to the Switch, and I loved it on mobile. I played it on my iPad, and I always enjoy coming back to it. It's a great turn-based RPG, if you will, but you actually drag your finger on the screen to sort of stretch your little squids and have them shoot off, and it's a lot of fun. So, hey, these games are awesome, Steph says. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Oh, yes, and Among Us, I actually have that on the computer. I'm planning on streaming that probably next week. I'm not sure when. Starlink looks really good. I haven't played it yet. Super Bomberman R, I think, is underrated. Obviously, Mario Odyssey is amazing. I'm looking forward to playing the first Tree. It looks really good. Lord of the Rings card game. The card game's excellent, but I don't know about the game yet. Tiny Barbarian is a fun little platformer that I'd absolutely recommend. It's just goofy. You're this itty-bitty little pixel barbarian. You go through and just try and cause mischief and mayhem, and it's actually a lot of fun. The art, by the way, on this icon up here is really cool because it is done by one of the masters who used to do covers for, was it Famitsu? No, what was the name of that? It's one of those really popular Japanese magazines that I can't think of. Dark Solid X, howdy. Now Toki Tori and really its sequel, which I have, but not not digitally on the Switch. The sequel is excellent, really good game. I'd recommend that. Fantastic platformer. Torchlight 2 is one of my favorite dungeon crawling games. Towerfall is the best party game that I've played in years, bar none. I'm not even joking. So I would put this above Smash Brothers because of its accessibility, its simplicity, and its overall charm. If you play this with a friend, I guarantee you're going to have a fun time. The core concept is that you have a one-screen map, board, challenge grid, whatever level, and it's it's a fantastic game because you jump around and you fire arrows and you have to retrieve arrows once you fired them, so you have limited resources, and it's super cool. This is me with my hot take. This is the #1 party game on the Switch, if you ask me. It's one of the best party games in years. This is the game when people say, hey, you want to just hang out and play some games, this is the game I pull out, and it never disappoints. Sorry, I have this again. This cough is coming. Wonder Boy might be actually one of my favorite Switch games. It's beautiful. It's a retro platformer with a modern skin. It's done in this beautiful watercolor and pen and ink style, and it's basically overlaid over the original graphics, which is so cool. So you can switch between that at any time, and it's just fantastic. Yaku's Island Express is a game that I've had wanting to stream for a very long time, like over a year. Eventually, maybe we will. So that's one there. But those are just a few games that I have sort of on this list here. Again, I have many more on my shelf. I could probably take a look through those. We could actually go through my wish list too, if you were interested. We could probably just do that and see what I've got on there. In fact, let's do that really quickly. And Yoshi, of course. And Scoot, I saw that you had streamed it, in fact. Yeah, I actually noticed that, and I was actually really encouraged to see that someone else was streaming it. So, uh-oh. An error has occurred when trying to access the eShop. Let's try that one more time. Crystal Chronicles is another game that is pretty excited. Let's look at this real quickly. Try it again. See if it goes through. So, Scoot, what's up? Have you been? Dark Solid X, have you been? Okay. Oh, an error is occurring. I don't know why. So maybe it's down or something like that. So I guess we can't do that, unfortunately. But we'll go back to Super Mario 35 and play some more of that. That's what we were really here for. But we'll go through the wish list at some point. I've got a lot of games on it. But I hope that was helpful anyways, just kind of giving you a few of my thoughts. Maybe I should do some video of just some of my favorite games on the Switch, just for people to kind of see, and yeah. Did you hear that? It's kind of a chesty cough. Memory Martin says, at some point during the interview, I have to do my Yoshi impression. That's a must. I agree. So Scood, you're here now. Steph is hanging out with us. We're gonna make this count. Um, and Dark Solid X is good. Been picking up Shinobi from Sega Ages. One of my favorite arcade games. Finally able to play it. How have I been? You know, not too shabby. I'm looking forward to playing some Streets of Rage 4 with you, Dark Solid. I really am. It's been stressful. I'm actually going to be changing my job because I just have been working so much overtime. I worked 51 and a half hours last week. It was exhausting. On Monday alone, I worked, I think it was 11 hours, or 10 and a half, in addition, to the week before. There's just a lot going on, and there's only one of me, and it's like, it's tough. And don't get me wrong, like, it's the kind of work that, unfortunately, nonprofits and things like that just don't tend to attract the resources very often that are needed to accomplish everything that is hoped for. And that's a reality. And I'm just aware right now that what I've done, I want to end on top and, pass on what I learned and hopefully share with the organization some of my hopes for the future. But I came down here to be with my family, and I barely saw them last week. And it was just like, no, I can't do it. And it's hard work. And, burnout is easy. And I was feeling like I was a car getting $5 of gas at a time and, running out in between fill-ups, or not even fill-ups, And I just can't do that. I'd hit that wall. It's tough. And if you get behind it all in the work, which admittedly in a couple of instances I did, it's really difficult to get back up, and it's really hard to to prevent yourself from getting a little behind, because there's just always this influx of work. So I have been looking at some alternatives. That was pretty cool. And I'm really honestly hoping that I can get a library position. I've had this in the back of my mind for so many years. I'm just ready that if I could work at a library, even, with a further salary cut, I mean, there was already a salary cut just from the fact that we moved from Washington to a more rural Oregon. That would still be worth it because I would have something I love doing, but can leave at work. I don't have to take with me. And I'd have time with my family. And that's what I most care about. And time to stream and to have that schedule again. So I really want to ensure that within, now 9 years, I will have a studio. I'll have a space that will hopefully make content creation a little easier. I'll be able to set things up in a way that will allow me to make better use of my time, have kind of some systems, and I'm working towards those goals. There actually are steps I've already been taking in order to do that, and not all of them are readily obvious, but I have to remind myself of those things. I'm also working on a slight new look to the stream, new overlays and things like that. So there's a lot I've been keeping busy with. So, ooh, Steph, I cannot wait to read what you have to say. It sounds really cool. Woo! Okay. Boop. But don't get me wrong. I love what I do. I love the organization. I love my boss. And some of the, people that are, heads in the organization are just some of the neatest people I've worked with. It's going to be hard to leave. And what I do is incredibly rewarding. But it's a lot. It's a lot. Sounds like Steph was a social worker in a nonprofit agency, so you can feel the pain, as it were. It's incredibly rewarding, again, but it's It's tough. It's really tough. And, you know, there's a lot of, well, frankly, systemic change that would need to happen for it to be a little more sustainable. And right now, families are, you know, most often both spouses, partners are working, and it's a strain, always. It's just a strain. Oh, why did I pass that up? Woo! That was lucky of us. Ooh! There's so many things. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. And there we go. Okay, getting on through, getting on through. Ah! What are we even supposed to do in situations like that, huh? Oh boy. So glad that I'm alive. This was intense. Just like camping. Wow. They are really going after me. They are going all out. Wow. This is all about the time. Wow, okay. Whew. They're just relentless. Alright, everybody. This is where mana starts to focus a little bit. Because with so many enemies on the board, and all of these flying cheeps, one wrong move can end this particular attempt. And I have a feeling this is the attempt. This is going to be the time. But I just have to... What even happened? What happened? That was so weird. I don't know what happened, everybody. Love this game. Love Nintendo. Love Mario. Steph's laughing at me. They were a social worker for a nonprofit for their church. They worked a lot because, yeah, the resources. It's really hard. Hashtag stay strong. Thanks, Steph. We need to pour into ourselves before others, but we don't have time. We will burn out. You can't give what you don't have. That's what it comes down to. And, you know, it's like if your cup is empty, you don't have any to share. Pits are still the worst enemy, Barry says. Oh, no's indeed. Number 9. Wow! That was rough. Okay. Let's start with 1-1. Let's just start with 1-1. Let's do it. I thought I was my own worst enemy, Kronos. Wow, I mean, that was so weird. I feel like... I mean, that was an instance where I really thought that I had actually hit jump, but I didn't. But anyway. I want to... excuse me, breathe. That's one thing I really want to do. Now, the smoke's been bad here again. Dash, would you please shout out Scood? For those of you who don't know, Scood is a friend of mine who has collaborated with me many times. Unfortunately, recently, due to circumstances in his life, has not been able to stream. Only just actually finding a place to be and setting up something where he can stream again. And I think that's so exciting. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a friend of his who opened up their home and provided a studio for him to both sleep and stream, which I think is awesome. So thank you to Scood's friend. And Scood, I hope that you're doing well. Hope that the streaming was rewarding for you. I made it to the top 10. That's true. That's true. Darn. But I have a feeling we're going to do better in this than we are in Fall Guys. Fall Guys, I've never gotten a crown. Though I hear it should be a little easier to acquire crowns in the next update, in Season 2, which is coming out again this Thursday, which is when I'll be streaming. We'll be streaming it. It's a medieval theme. Should be a lot of fun. Fall Guys, good game. I'm excited. That being said, you know, playing a little of this, it's never getting old. And I actually think it's a really fun feeling when there's just a million enemies on the screen. It's like, it shouldn't be like that in this. Let's go back to 1-1. And be real with me, how many of you are actually playing along right now? I know Twitchy Berry is. Okay, I need a topic. If someone in chat would please give me a topic, I will try and talk for as long as I can on that topic. But I need a topic both because I can't think of one and also because I want to know what you're interested in me talking about. Whatever that topic is, I'll do my best. Oh, Dash is playing Dragalia. By the way, Dash, did you notice that you're the... What is it called?
Is that a new subscriber? Welcome.
Shinny Gravity! Oh my gosh, 36 months in a row?
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday indeed, Ginny, my friend. How goes work with you? The Goomba gets you every time, right, Memory Martin? Sub hype indeed, thank you. Did you notice, by the way, Dash, what I was going to say is that you are the, what is it called? The guild leader, again, in Dragalia. So the Alliance de Mana. Yeah. Steph says, Ginny! And Ginny, indeed, so much love to you. How goes everything? Ooh, missed that. That's a bummer. How goes work? How goes the new hair? No! 13. Not as good. Not as good. Ginny has been doing nothing all day, and it's fantastic. Well, that's good to hear. Oh, Dash says I did see that, Mana, and I transferred leadership back to you, at least for as long as that lasts, lol. That's the truth. I'm planning on playing that again, probably. I'll tell you the games I have. I've got a bunch of games I'm planning on playing next week. But seriously, like, I feel looking at my list of games to play, for some reason there was just this stretch of time where the only thing I wanted to play and the only thing I really felt like I had to play was Animal Crossing. Like, it was the thing. And all of a sudden there's just a million games. I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, I want to stream this. I want to share this. So, okay, and I also want to talk a little bit briefly about an issue I have. I mean, really, I think I need some help. I may need someone to come and take my wallet from me. So I'm a big fan of arcade 1-ups. You know this. I have 3 of them. I really enjoy them. I've been playing them actually a lot the last few days. It's been really good. But there's this company, At Games, and they've put out this Arcade Legends Ultimate. And there is a version 1.1 that is out right now. And it's just very cool looking. Ooh, shoot. That was super cool, actually, not gonna lie. So the Legends Ultimate is like a multicade, basically. A lot of different licensed games and whatnot. It looks interesting and cool. The new design looks much better than the old one, in my opinion. You can actually remove or keep the side art separate, which is pretty cool. I'm hopeful that that it looks good that way. I'm not sure that it does. You can have the front kick plate reversed, so it would just be a black kick plate. And then I think the graphics on the bezel and the control deck look pretty good. However, this system, it is At Games. It appears to have these sort of haphazard in-game bezels. I'm not sure if you can turn those completely off. And I'm mixed on the widescreen, because one of the cool things about it is you can actually connect up, say, your Steam account and play, like, Street Fighter 4 on it with arcade controls. So that makes sense to me. But for retro games, it's a widescreen display, and that just feels weird, especially with the bezels. So, oh, off to work, Steph says, but have a good stream. I'll watch the rest later. Happy streaming. Steph, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Steph. So the Legend Ultimate Arcade is something that, like, I don't need. I would rather build my own, but I'm kind of like, I'm interested in it. And it's like, no mana. It's $500. There's no way I'm going to get it. Like, I'm not going to get it unless, you know, a bunch of things change. I sell some of my other arcade cabinets and, you know, some other stuff. But I've thought about it. Like, it's a neat concept. I still, though, am committed to building an arcade cabinet and streaming that build. And recording it, I should say. It's up, right? Hold on. This is not good. I do not like this. Mana I am. I do not like this. I do not like this plan. I do not like this. If I could... Maverick says, are you up for tricks and tips? Absolutely I am. In fact, it's even in the tag. Backseat gaming encouraged. Feel free. I've only played this a few times. I've gotten first place twice. Twice? Yeah, twice I think it is. But only twice. Maybe 3 times, but I think it was twice. Always go for those with the lowest time. Really? There we go. We'll do that. We'll do that. Over here, we're going to grab this. See if that gets us anything. What in the world? We've just got so much going on. This game is ridiculous. Okay. Oh, I was wondering this about getting new levels. So let me read that in a little bit. I'll probably have to read this once we get back to a break after I either win or lose, right? As it were. Oh boy. Ah! Oh, shucks. I got him, but it, you know, at what cost, right? Come on. Okay, next power up. Let's wait a little bit. Fire flower, sweet. You've got a grid of Lakitus, yeah. Yeah, oh, again! Sweet, okay. This is not good. Oof. Oh, gosh. Yeah, please. This is ridiculous. I've never had quite this kind of setup before. These people mean business. Oh, boy. Okay. Whew! Fire flower. Lucky. Oh my gosh. And there's still more. Look at this. This is serious. I mean, like, this is... They're playing to win. Okay. Oh, that was lucky. Oh. I do not like this. I do not like this. I do not like this. Who invented this game? Oh my gosh. Ah! No. Quick. Get something good. A star, maybe. Not a mushroom. That's not helpful. I mean, it could be helpful. It's not helpful now. Also not helpful. Come on. Use something. I don't want to use all those up, but... Oh, a star. Sweet. Let's get that, huh? Yeah, again, bad feeling about this. More time. Whoa! Shucks. Oh, no! Darn. Darn. Second place. Darn. So close. Maverick asks what level I'm at. I'm level 36. Second is amazing, though. Ginny says, thank you. Drat. So close that time. It's just going to make it all the more rewarding when we do win on stream, because we are. My poor bum is a quote from Memory Martin in the chat. Love it. Yeah, Ginny says $500 is such a steep buy-in. It is. That's the problem. And there's so many other things. Like, I mean, it's a steep buy-in too, but like the Go XLR Pro is what I'm really wanting to get, and that's $500. And I'd rather spend that for streaming than to have this arcade cabinet. Let's see. Ginny says to Dash, it's been so far too long since I've allowed myself to just do nothing, which is really nice. Mary Martin says, I'm watching you and trying to distract myself from the hunger. I'm so sorry. Emerus is here. Emerus raid. Wait, no. We've been raided. How did... Silly Twitch that did not make the raid appear. My friends, we have been raided by an amazing, fantastic friend. Please join me in welcoming Emerus et al. And please do check out Emerus's channel. We're going to do a shout out here as well. Emerus is one of those people that is a family-friendly streamer, a very kind individual, just someone who I think has a great stream presence. I would encourage you to check out his channel, and for everyone who came in from the raid, welcome. My apologies for it not being obvious when you came in, and for me missing it, but my attention, of course, has been otherwise on here, right? Now, Maverick and Twitchy Bear are sharing with me that there are two ways to unlock stages. Either clear all that you have unlocked at least once to get the next, or beat one you don't have if it comes up randomly. So, all right. This is it. We're getting better. We've unlocked a new course. That's exciting. Let's start with this. Let's just do it. I probably could just play through all the levels, and that would actually be kind of fun. Maybe if we get a win, we can do that. We can just go, level by level, as it were. But for now, I'm going to be concentrating on the levels that are known entities and things I think I will be able to win with. Everybody, I am also... Ginny says, Mario stressed me out before this, but this is a whole other level. Dark Solid X says, I think I'm in your game? Seriously? That's awesome! Okay. So, here's my thing I'm going to tell you. I want to know a topic while I'm distracted playing this game. Any topic. I just want something, whether it's silly or serious. I want to be able to just talk about something for a while. Go ahead and throw one-word topics in the chat. And let me know, I'll look at them. If there's a bunch of them, I'll just grab the first one I see. Cake! Cake is the first one I saw. Through an emote. Very creative way of getting my attention there. Maverick McFadden would like me to talk about cake. Well, let me tell you a little bit about cake, as a matter of fact. Interestingly enough, I am not a fan of it. Never have been. In fact, for birthdays, I've always asked for something like ice cream instead, or pie. I enjoy pie, but not cake. That being said, my mom, for as long as I can remember, has known that A, birthdays require cake, and B, the rest of the family who actually eats the cake really enjoys her family recipe, special recipe, her famous carrot cake. Now, it took me a while to realize this, but I actually really do like her carrot cake. Because her carrot cake is not really like the carrot cake you might think of, which is somewhat dry with crunchy carrots in it and maybe some kind of a cream cheese frosting. No, rather than that, my mom makes something that is almost more akin to a carrot bread. It's delectable, it's moist, it's just fantastic. And then, instead of that cream cheese frosting, instead she uses some whipped cream. And that makes it just the right amount of sweetness to go along with your, essentially, carrot bread. It's really good. It is a special treat every time that comes around, and that is my traditional birthday cake. My least favorite cake is your traditional, I suppose, white from a box cake, with frosting. Can't stand it. Dislike it. Chocolate cakes. Don't like it. Chocolate frosting to me is disgusting. It's another reason I don't like most donuts. Glazes are not something that I enjoy. I enjoy a powdered sugar donut or perhaps a plain donut, but none of this fancy schmancy stuff. Maybe an apple fritter from time to time, but if you put a glaze on it or you put jelly inside of it, I'm going to question whether or not I want to eat that, and the question is going to yield an answer, and that answer is no, I'm not going to eat that, nor would I want to. As far as games that involve cake, my favorite is Super Mario 64. If you don't know, the game begins with the promise of a cake. Now, in a game which I actually streamed with my dear friend Ginny Gravity, who is here in the chat, the cake happens to be a lie. That game, of course, is Portal 2, or I suppose it's Portal 1, really, but we streamed Portal 2. And I never really did understand what that is about. I mean, essentially, the cake is a lie is sort of an oxymoron because in the end, the cake isn't a lie. There's a picture of a cake, but maybe it was that we weren't going to get cake? Is it maybe like the promise that Mario had at the start of Super Mario 64, and that GLaDOS simply is just revealing that, no, I never intended to give you that cake. Unlike the princess, I'm not going to give you a kiss, I'm going to give you a death. And if that's the case, well, GLaDOS, I mean, all things said and done, I suppose that's your prerogative, but I would have preferred cake, even chocolate cake, which, as I mentioned previously, is something I detest. But then again, it's not really my decision, it's up to GLaDOS. I think I've exhausted my conversation on cake, and now I will turn it to the next topic. Hey, look. Jenny says, my traditional birthday cake is chocolate cake with peanut butter frosting. Ooh. Nice. It's a full-on Portal 2 mod that takes place before Portal 1. There's an amazing mod that Maverick is talking about. By the way, Maverick, thanks for coming. Welcome on in. How are you doing, my friend? Good to see you again. It's been a little while. It feels like we can pick right up where we left off. Okay. Woohee! What else can we talk about? Wait, you didn't touch banana. I love banana bread, actually. Banana bread is delicious. Delicious, delicious, delicious. So I tend to like those sorts of things. A great dinner that Ms. Mana and I have had fairly often as of late, because zucchinis have been growing like wild in our family's gardens, is zucchini pie, and it's kind of like a quiche with a lot of zucchini in it. I tend to like those sorts of things, or bread type things. Again, sort of zucchini bread, banana bread, that kind of stuff. I guess I'm just a sucker for that. Banana bread and butter, yes. Now here's another thing. Let's talk about toast. Toast is a good subject. So when I was younger, my grandparents used to carry in their cupboards just some cinnamon sugar, I should say. And I used to enjoy a little bit of bread toasted with some butter and cinnamon sugar. Now that was a delicious combination. Very, very good. I dislike. I dislike. There we go. But yes, that is pretty good. Now my favorite of the toast sort of variations would just be a really good bread with perhaps something like an Irish butter. I'll tell you, Irish dairy products are just superior in every way. Irish butter being probably the best butter that you'll ever have in your life. And if you don't trust me, then please do try some true Irish butter in Ireland, where it's fresh and all that good stuff. Now, you can get Dairygold and whatnot in, or Kerry's, I should say, not Dairygold. You can get Kerry's in the store now, and it's still really good. But boy, the butter in Ireland is even better. There's just something better about their butter. And in fact, in Cork, Ireland, there is something called the Butter Museum. In said museum, you can go around to see the history of Irish butter, how it's made, why it's so good. And there is a jazzy song in the background that asks the question, please leave my butter alone. Because everyone is trying to pinch the poor singer's butter, and she just simply wants her butter to be left alone. This is a song that is now ingrained in my head, and sometimes it will just come at the most random of times, and I'll get it stuck like earworm songs do, and it will be there for an entire day. The only solution is to have buttered toast, frankly, and I suppose that's not a bad thing. Speaking of butter and toast, one of my favorite lines, because I think it applies so often to times in my life, is from The Fellowship of the Ring, and it is when Bilbo Baggins says to Gandalf, I feel like butter spread over too much bread. And I think that's just a fantastic analogy. Have you felt that way? Perhaps during this time of COVID you have, because indeed I think all of us, to some extent or another, have felt a bit like butter spread over too much bread. That is to say, thin and probably a little ineffectual, if I'm to add some color. Butter not lay a finger on my butter, right? There we go, Dash. This is another thing. I remember back in the day that Bart Simpson was the spokesperson for Butterfinger. And for better or for worse, Butterfinger was known as Bart's Candy Bar. And many people thought this was excellent. I was not actually allowed to watch The Simpsons when I was a youngin'. However, I played the Simpsons arcade game, which was one of the Konami 4-player cabinets, of which Sunset Riders, my favorite arcade game of all time, is a part of. Also, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade machines, and the X-Men arcade machine. I just really adore those Konami games, and I wish that there were more opportunities to play those games these days, because playing on an original arcade cabinet is just so awesome. I used to have an arcade where I lived, up in Washington. It was nearby. I was going to stream from it, in fact, but we moved, sadly, before I got a chance to do that. But they had a bunch of great classic titles, and one of them was the Turtles cabinet. I believe at one point they had Simpsons as well, but as I've gotten older, I've found that really my favorite of those cabinets is Sunset Riders, and then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, probably both of them equally, to be fair, then X-Men, and then Simpsons. Simpsons just never quite cut it for me. But Cowboys of Moo Mesa looks interesting, and it is actually one of the games that is made by Konami for that platform. It's pretty cool. I would love to see Arcade 1-Up put out a Konami 4-player cabinet with 3 buttons, like the system that they just put out for Golden Axe, that would include the X-Men game, and perhaps Sunset Riders, and Simpsons, and I already said X-Men, and Cowboys of Moo Mesa, or something like that, right? That would be cool. Just, if nothing else, I just love I love those games, and the 4-player aspect, and it's cool, and so there you have it. That's my thing. Okay, Galaga is my number 1, Maverick says. I happen to have the Galaga cabinet, Galaga and Galaxian. Galaga is fantastic. I think I actually might prefer Galaxian, but sometimes I prefer Galaga instead, so it just depends. I like them both. That's an excellent Arcade 1-Up machine. I like the Arcade 1-Up machines that are a little more themed, so perhaps a Konami one would be a little bit tough. In fact, if they just made it the Konami X-Men 4-player, I think that would be enough for me. Oh gosh, come on. Phew, good. I have Turtles, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. And then that was the first one I got. And then I got Galaga, which has Galaga and Galaxian. And then I have Star Wars, which has the Atari Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. And that one's a lot of fun. I hear tell that there's a announcement about an arcade one-up that has Outrun, so we're going to get some driving cabinets, and I gotta say I'm interested in that. I would like to build an arcade cabinet, but I would like to buy a good driving arcade cabinet, and if I can find one. Oh, shoot. So we'll see. That might be something that I will pick up if it did come, but I would want to wait for a decent enough sale or want it to be fairly affordable. These cabinets that are pushing $500, it's like, how does anyone afford these? I just don't understand. I was thankfully able to get mine on sales, and so that was good. But now they're not really available on sales. Fire Red Ruby, good to see you again. It's been a long while. What is up? We are just talking, and I'm looking for topics because, frankly, there's so much going on here. I have 2 other people I am playing against, and I'm a little nervous here that there's a lot going on. I don't know. I'm not really sure if I'm going to stand a chance because I haven't the last couple of times, but who knows. So there's, there are actually 3 others, so I'm one of 4 now. I see that in the top corner too, so silly mana. I'm gonna pick on my attackers because, hey, why not? Any topics that you would like to talk about, please let me know. We're gonna grab those there, grab that. There we go. There we go. More. Just get through all of these guys. And I suppose we can do that. And then we can try and do this. This is like Trial by Fireflower is what this is. Yeah, so I'm curious to know favorite arcade games and things like that. I've asked this question a lot. My favorite arcade game, you know, it kind of depends, but ultimately I always say Sunset Riders. Sunset Riders is my favorite. Okay, 1 of 3 now. 1 of 3. There's only 2 more. Okay. So this is a good sign. Let's keep this up, shall we? Oof. We'll just keep going through here. And it is resource management. That's what we're trying to do. We learned this from our dear friend Seth, 8-Bit Dad 7DC. So we're trying to go through here. There's going to be a blog post on Blog of Mana talking about this game as a resource management game. That's going to be coming soon. Wow, can I just say that right there is what it comes down to when we talk about streamers and streaming. So what give me a topic and I can just talk for a good long while. That's a good skill to have when you're streaming. My curiosity, though, is getting the better of me, and I wonder if maybe you need me to shut up from time to time. Sorry, that's not a very polite way of putting it, but you know what I mean. Oh my golly. Let me take it nice and slow here. Okay, we'll grab that. And that was not super helpful either. And let's do that. Let's grab that Bowser. And hopefully, there we go. Whee! We did it. Robots. Let's talk about robots. We also have favorite Super Mario Brothers enemy. Ooh, okay. Let me just answer on Super Mario Brothers enemies first. I've always really enjoyed the look of the Goomba, and I think it comes down to this. Oh my golly! Oh, that was lucky. I think it comes down to this McDonald's toy from back. No! That did it. I panicked. Second again. So close. The panic happened. Darn. Favorite Super Mario Brothers enemy? Luigi, Chrono says. The POW block took out 2 fireballs. That's cool. Uh, do I have any tabletop cabinets? I do not. Memory Martins finally switched over to the desktop, but their poor bum paid the price. Kill Blaster is my favorite 2D space shooter, Fire Red Ruby says. Ooh, I don't know that one. Just enjoying Mario stuff, Fire Red Ruby says. I find it weird that enemies can activate springs now. That is strange. Maverick enjoys Family Guy bowling. Nice. Chrono asks about Sunset Riders who my favorite character in it is. Well, I would go with either of the 2 riflemen. But I typically, because I would go with green. I like green as a color. I'd go with them. But either one is fun. But I prefer them over the pistol carriers in that game. Goombas. I'm always been partial to Goombas. I think again because of the early Super Mario Brothers McDonald's toys. I have them behind me. I could grab those later, but I've always just enjoyed that. I thought it was really cool, and they just look neat. They're just well designed and so iconic. So I would say the Goomba. Now, another question was, or a topic, I suppose, was robots. Robots. When I was a kid, I was actually introduced first to robots by seeing C-3PO and R2-D2 in the Disneyland ride. I didn't know who they were necessarily, but I knew enough about the 2 characters from Star Tours that I had something to go off of. So even before I had ever watched Star Wars, when my cousins wanted to put on a Star Wars play for our family at a holiday get-together, I participated and knew that C-3PO and R2-D2 were neat characters. I also had these rubber figures that were from the Droids cartoon. I didn't know that at the time either. Those are my earliest Star Wars toys, and I still have them to this day. I could not part with them even when I sold off most of my Star Wars collection. I also had this hand that was like a C-3PO hand, but it was silver. Those were some early toys. However, at some point, for whatever reason, there was a time when robots scared me. And in my home, my childhood home, it was shaped a little bit like a square donut. And the rooms all surrounded this central area that was closet space. So it would be for the master bedroom, for my bedroom, and also the insert for the kitchen. As you went in the front door, you would be in the living room. If you went straight ahead, you'd be in the master bedroom. If you went straight ahead yet further, you would be in the bathroom. If you turned left and went straight ahead, you'd be in my room. That was also connected to the utility room, or essentially part of my room was the utility space against the far wall. If you were looking straight, as you turned left from the bathroom and looked straight, it would be right ahead of you at the far end of my room. To the right of the utility space, again looking at the utility space, was the back door of the house. And then across from that, if you turned 180 degrees and walked forward, was the kitchen. The kitchen had a small sliding door, one of those accordion-style doors. That was it. And then on the other side of the kitchen was the dining room. The dining room was connected to the living room. For whatever reason, robots scared me at a certain point, and I used to be afraid that they would come into my room. Now, the bathroom door was typically always closed, and it was a traditional door, but the sliding door never felt as secure for some reason. And to make matters worse, the other aspect of my room is that it was sort of a long rectangle with, again, the washer and dryer on the far end, the door to the bathroom on the other end. And then on the long side of the space, a big part of my room was taken up with these big sliding closet doors. Opposite that was my bed, and there was a small gap in between my bed and the wall. And then there was the outside window, and it was a large picture window looking out to the backyard. And so I often found myself when I was younger, and oh my gosh! gosh, Pastor Dustin, thank you so much for that raid. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a moment. Let me just finish the story by saying that I would often find myself worried that robots were going to come into my room.
We've got inbound. New follower.
Nice, thank you so much. And I would hide in the space between my bed and the wall, worried that they were going to come in. Oh my gosh, everybody, thank you so much. Chain Chompet Chan, thank you. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit lackluster in reading all the comments because of the game that I'm playing right now and trying to get a win. But welcome on in. Can we get some shout-outs, Dash, for Pastor Dustin? Can we also get the Raider command, !Raider? Ginny Gravity, if you could help with that. And for everyone who's just come in, thank you for those follows. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Art of Mana. I'm your friend, Mana. I am an E for everyone, family-friendly variety streamer. You can ask me anything you'd like. I have a focus mostly on Nintendo games, retro games on original hardware. I'm a big fan of what I like to call the short, sweet, and easy to repeat. Aw, thank you. I also love
Thanks for joining the Friends
indie
of Mana.
games, and I've been playing some fantastic indie games as of late that have had some wonderful messages. I'm assuming via your username that maybe perhaps you're even a pastor, who knows? Oh my gosh, Retro Rewind Pod is coming in with a raid as well. We need a shout out for Retro. I was hanging out in Retro Stream earlier, and it's a lot of fun. A couple of fantastic people here. I would hazard a guess that perhaps we have some Christians among us. It's exciting.
Are among friends. Thank you for following Art of Mana.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I like to keep things family-friendly. I'm a member of the family-friendly stream team. I feel like what I do here, the Art of Mana, is an opportunity to connect with people. I think of gaming as a fire pit that we, a campfire, for example, that we gather around, and that the real heart of this experience of streaming and all of this art is the chance to grow together in relationship, connect, and hopefully enriching the lives of those around us. I think of this as a great opportunity to form awesome connections and bonds, and meet with people from all over the world. And so far, I've been streaming now for going on 5 years, and it's been an awesome adventure that I would not trade for the world. So thank you so much, everyone. If you do have questions, please feel free to ask them. Like I said, I'm a little distracted at the moment.
Welcome to the Friends of Mana.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here.
Shucks, everyone. I did not expect this at all. This is incredible. Thank you. Just a guy here says, guess that makes game dev diving people the chance to sit around a fire pit. Yeah? There you go. Maybe it's like putting the kindling in the fire pit. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, everybody, I really truly appreciate it. If you're new around here, I tend to play a lot of Nintendo games. Oh my gosh, everybody's coming on in with the follows. I did not expect this. I'm floored. Thank you. I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing as of late. Animal Crossing New Horizons just eked out Splatoon 2 for my most streamed game of all time. Shortly, very close behind that is Minecraft. I enjoy games where I can kind of chat and connect and show some creativity, so those tend to be good games.
Thank you for joining the Friends
Thank
of
you.
Mana.
My favorite video game systems of all time are the Wii and the Super Nintendo. My favorite franchises are The Legend of Zelda and Mario Kart. My favorite genre of game is the platformer. My favorite video game of all time is Secret of Mana. And,
Thanks so much for
oh my
listening.
gosh, thank you, everyone. You're too kind. I cannot wait to catch up on chat. Hopefully all of the friendly people, all the friends of Mana, as we are around here, are keeping you company. Oh gosh, why did I do that?
Thanks for joining the Friends of Mana.
Oh my gosh, everybody. I'm going to read all of your names for everyone who followed, but it means so much to me. I'm blown away, honestly. This is amazing. I wonder if this is going to be the time that we win. Maybe we'll win a round. Who knows? But seriously, I've probably just jinxed it. Seriously, thank you so much. I love me some Mario. Super Mario Brothers was the very first game I ever played at a friend's house. Yep, he had a little pull-out, or a little like a cabinet where he opened the doors above a desk. There's a little TV in there, and he had an NES in there. This game, and he said, "Hey, I want you to try something," and it just was like the most incredible thing I'd ever experienced. And I went home that day. My mom was driving me, and she, only heard me talk about this
Thank
game.
you for joining the Friends of Mana.
Thank you so much. And as I was talking about, all things Super Mario Brothers, she's like, "Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting." Now, she knew all about it. She knew about video games. In fact, my parents had an Odyssey. But they were hoping I wouldn't learn about them because they didn't want to deal with me being so constantly addicted to video games. And I'll be honest, there actually was a point in time in my life where I would say I was honestly addicted to video games. And I think that there's a real risk in getting addicted to video games because they can be addictive. And there are some that are actually kind of use that to its advantage. So I subscribe to the everything in moderation rule. Of course, I have less time now to stream and play video games, as I am a full-time husband, father, and employee. But I feel like the temptation still is sometimes there. But everything in moderation, and I feel like some of the games I've played that are short and sweet, like most recently, The Last Campfire, and it had such a good message. It was fun, it was short. Those tend to be the kind of games that, for me, inspire me to play more, indie games. I do not like this. Hey, I like that. Okay. Let's use up another and see if we get a fire flower. Yeah, all right, we'll do that. Let's see what we get to next, because we don't need to waste that just yet. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh, I do play a lot of Animal Crossing New Horizons. If you're wondering, my next Animal Crossing stream is on Saturday night, although I am not actually going to be inviting people to my island or doing island visits that night. But I frequently do just that. I'll invite people to my island and do island visits for people I've gotten to know and have a good sense of. So yeah, if you're interested in that, follow along, join me for that. Just to let you know too, if you want to kind of find out more about me and what makes me tick, where you can find me, all the links and stuff like that, just go to artofmana.com. That's the place, artofmana.com. It's as simple as that. You'll see my website. It's got lots of links and great content. There's also the blog of Mana on there, and I've had some people who've been helping me and giving me some content to add, including 8-Bit Dad 7DC, who is another family-friendly content creator, and he actually has just DM'd me an excellent article that's going up there soon, and it is all about this game as a resource management game, not really a battle royale game, which I think is a really cool take on it all. But oh my gosh, I'm seeing so much in chat right now, but I feel like with just 4 people left in the game, I kind of want to try and focus here, because this is usually the time where I tank, something happens, and I don't want that to happen. We're down to 3. Okay, I've got 2 people that I'm playing against. Let's see if we can't make this happen. We don't have all of the distressing enemies of last time, so that's good. Gosh. We're down still to 3, okay. Someone just lost some time there. Oh boy, we're doing okay on time. Coins, it would be nice to maybe have a few more for reasons like that. Darn. Shucks. Oh, or reasons like that. Or reasons like this. There we go. Okay. Let's use another. POW block. Okay, fine. I don't know why. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, gosh. Man, these are levels that in my last runs I haven't really played because I tend to use all the warps and things and kind of speed run this game. One of these days I need to play this level by level, But this is a lot of fun. By the way, I don't know if anyone else is interested in this as me, but I really am looking forward to that Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch. I don't know if you've seen this. It just, I'm pumped. I'm really excited for it. I hope that I don't miss the pre-order time, because I know it's gonna go fast. I know it. Oh my gosh, come on, I need more than this. Oh dear, okay, oh my gosh. There's so much going on right now. Oh man. Oh snap. Okay. I still want a fire flower. Sweet, okay. And then how about we do one of these with a yeah, and a yeah. And oh, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. Wait a minute. Oh, am I? Oh no. Okay. Oh no 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 no. Okay. I mean, not great, but okay. We'll go here. Oh, why did we go there? I don't know actually. Oh, this is not super. Oh, Nelly. Oh, we've done goofed, everybody. This is some serious stuff. We're gonna. Oh, this is not good. So I'm realizing right now this is. I don't even know what level this is. It's 8-4. That's what I thought. Darn it. So we have to do all the things, and remember the order of 8-4, which, for those of you who don't know, 8-4 is not easy. Oh, shucks. Come on. We need something else. Oh boy, time is not on our side right now. Let's blooper it up. Okay, that's not bad. Okay. Oh man, okay. Everybody, this is where it gets like camping. It's intense. Oh, we made it through. Okay, we have 15 seconds left. Okay, 9. Oh my gosh. Hold on, there's 15. Oh man, we are running out of time. Please let it be something. No. 2 seconds left. No. One more person. We were so close. Oh my goodness, everybody. Oh. We were so close. We were so close. We were low on time. That 8-4 just got us. Darn, there was a long time. It was actually, a lot of it was waiting on Bowser trying to get stuff. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, everybody, for all of the kind words here. Let me just go pull up here and see what we've got for in terms of some shout outs here. Big thanks, and I hope I don't miss anyone here, but big thank you to Pastor Dustin, Zerodai, Just a Guy Here, Kennethan, Kalantha, Chris134, AC88, Super Hilltopper, and Enthusiast. That's awesome. Enthusiast. I love that name. Thank you so much. And D Tungsten as well. And the Arctic Flame. And Evie on Terraria. Thank you so much for all of those follows. I really appreciate it. Pastor Dustin and Retro, thank you so much for those raids. I really appreciate it. Metal Ryan Gaming, good to see you as well. Paul J. Powers, thank you for the good job. Rayo Will, good to see you as well. Oof is right. That was an intense game, but Man has played well tonight. Chrono says, thank you. I feel like I wish I'd done just slightly better. But you know what? We have no time to dwell on spilt milk. Let's give this another shot, everybody. We're going to do a rematch. And let's see if we can't make this happen. Let's let's not start with 8-4, actually. What am I thinking? Let's start with 1-1 again. I appreciate the compliment there, Chrono. Frequently, if you're looking for someone who's really good at video games, you probably want to look elsewhere, right? Now about Spelunky 2, Chrono said, now it's fair. I did not play very good when I was playing Spelunky 2. That's a tough one. The first Spelunky, I'm a little bit better at. We did beat it on stream. Spelunky 2, my first time. Spent 2 hours. I mean, I did. Oh my gosh. Memory Martin, I probably will not have a chance to meet until Saturday, or possibly Friday night, although I think you're going to be busy. But yeah, tomorrow night I will be actually preoccupied. I'm actually doing a cool Zoom event. I'll be speaking with a group and presenting, and this is actually something kind of in my old line of work and in my training, educational background and whatnot, and I'm really excited to do this. And I'm going to be putting all of my skills as a streamer to good use, because I'll be using the green screen with the PowerPoint behind me and everything, or the keynote behind me. And yeah, should be a lot of fun. So I'll be doing that tomorrow night, essentially streaming, but not streaming. Normally, everybody, my schedule has been Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. It may shift to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, potentially with the occasional Friday, who knows. But I just this week knew that I had that event. Plus, I actually wanted to play some Fall Guys this Wednesday, and so I put that on the docket because a new season's coming out. Excuse me, Thursday. A new season's coming out Thursday, and I'm looking forward to that. Oh, and you can call me Kai, pronounced I with K in front of it. Thank you. Kailantha, maybe is what it's supposed to be. That would make sense with the Kai, but Urban Fervor says, "You Fall Guys, lol." Urban Fervor, good to see you. Why would you say that of Fall Guys? Do you not like Fall Guys? I gotta say, I thought it was pretty fun. I mean, there is something about the whole Battle Royale thing that is fairly fun and keeps you coming back for more, but it is tough and maybe a little bit disheartening when you put all this effort in and a lot of randomness can knock you out. That said, the core mechanics are fun enough that I enjoy it, and I think that's what it comes down to. I'm not really a shooty first-person shooter type player, although I really like Splatoon 2 and Splatoon, which I guess really are third-person shooters anyway, but still, they're not really shooters so much, I think. And so, like, you know, when you come down to all of the popular sort of Battle Royale games, it seems like that's when I just get less excited because I'm not really a fan of that mechanic. Something like this, though, is a lot of fun. I'm totally getting ready for this. Retro Rewind is lurking, getting ready for bed. Please, can we get that shout out for Retro Rewind? It was a lot of fun hanging out in your stream earlier. For those of you who don't know, Retro Rewind also has a lot of puppets that he uses, and to great effect. It was super funny and super fun, and I absolutely enjoyed it, so thank you for that. And let's do that. Come on, star. Okay, fine. We'll do this. And just now through here. More stars, okay. Not really what I wanted, but okay. What else are we gonna get? Not what I wanted either. Let's get something else. And more stars. How is that? We looked like Luigi for a second. Oh no! Kai is saying that their kitten is sitting on the keyboard. Everybody, I really try to read all of chat today just simply because of the nature of this game. I'm not getting to do that as much. But I want you to know that I really appreciate everyone coming in. Thank you so much for those follows. I do hope you'll come for some of my other streams, check out what I do, and maybe some of the less intense games we'll really get to bond and know each other a bit more. That's really important to me. That's you know, for me, the best aspect of streaming. Of course, for those of you who just want to lurk and listen, that's of course appropriate and fine to do. We're positive around here. We talk about a great many things, and so that's certainly a possibility. And do not feel guilty doing so. But if you'd come to another stream, I sure would appreciate it. I'd love to get to know you more. I know it's late tonight too. Some of you might be tired after watching a full stream. That's fine. But I've noticed this thing with raiding, you know. I do it myself, you know. It's like we can't stay for the raids a lot of times. And then we sort of forget these people that we got excited about, we followed, and then down the line we go, who even was that? And so my invitation to you is just that we get to know each other better and that we get opportunities to, hopefully, down the line, connect. Oh my gosh, what is this? I knew how to play Mario before I knew how to tie my shoes, so this game is perfect for me. Fervor says, perfect. I love that. That's great. Also, who needs to tie shoes anyway when there's Velcro in the world? I mean, come on. I still don't know how to tie my shoes. I just use slip-ons or Velcro. Actually, it's kind of true, but I do know how to tie my shoes. And some of my favorite shoes right now are tied shoes. But still, maybe the fact that I feel the need to defend that is belying the fact that I might wear non-shoelaced shoes more frequently than I even realized. Oh dear. Alright. Gotta be careful. Yeah, Urban Fervor says, I don't even need to. I just slip mine on and off. That's true. If you get like the skater shoes, you know, big bulky shoes, you don't even need to tie them. They just keep them tied. We're good. We're all good here. Oh boy. So I really want to get this win tonight. That's really high on my priority list. Just want to get a win. And it's 10:30 now, and we probably will wrap up the stream. If this is a win, we'll probably just, you know, chat a little bit and wrap up the stream. So whether this is a win or not, will probably determine whether we play one more round. And I suppose, just so you know, I'll be playing more of this because this is a limited release on the Switch. You need to have the Nintendo Online plan to be able to access this game. It is then free to download, but is only going to be playable or downloadable or accessible for a limited time. So try and get as many plays in as you can. I wonder if Nintendo might choose or opt to keep it a little bit longer if it's popular. It's really a lot of fun. Oh no, MM, I'm sorry. MM is not feeling well. Getting a little nauseous. It's okay, I get a little nauseous when I listen to myself as well. Ooh, we got ourselves in a pipe. For no discernible reason. Except, I suppose, that one. And I feel like, I mean, everything going on here. We probably want this star. There we go. It's amazing how muscle memory kicks in and you start remembering where things are, right? You know, like that star. It's so weird. But back in the day, it was like every brick I would hit. Because, I don't know, maybe there's a secret, you know? You just spend time hitting bricks. They should host a giant game with every player in the world. Oh my goodness. That'd be amazing. MM says I should sleep after the stream. I'm pretty tired. Well, I would agree with that. You should. Especially since you have your doctor's appointment coming up. Slayer, hello. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. How are you doing? Better than being ugly tired? Oh no. What does that even mean? Dash Magnum and Ginny Gravity. If you wouldn't mind just hanging out for a bit and helping me with chat, because I know that being that my attention is divided here, I'm going to miss some things. We got another POW block there. Oh my goodness. We're down to the last 5, but I'm not feeling super good about this. And I think if I have the lowest time, that's when I'm going to be the one that's going to be taken out. So I need to make sure that I'm not the lowest time. But it's kind of hard to maintain that. I probably shouldn't go for those, actually, even though it was somewhat helpful. Okay, let's just keep on cruising through enemies. Maybe we want to... Let's go for some attackers, see if we might get a few people heading our way. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now we've got a little bit of damage we can deal. Memory Martin asks why some of the characters, the enemies, get grayed out. Those are enemies that are not in the original game in those sections. They are instead spawned in by others attacking you, which is done by them basically essentially playing better than you or doing something good in the game, attacking other enemies, taking out other enemies, getting coins, what have you. So that... Oh, no, 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 no! I don't know why that. Oh no, oh, Slayer had their dentist cut their gums. I'm sorry to hear that. Rayo Will is kind of looking just ellipses there. We're gonna give it one more shot, everybody. One more shot. We'll see if we get this. I mean, it's painful that I haven't had a win yet when I've come so close now. Several times I've made it to the second place. I've been in the top 10 pretty much consistently. Darn. Okay, Rayo Will has to take off. No worries. I'm so sorry also, Slayer, on the gum issue. That really stinks. I hope you feel better soon. And, oh gosh, that was a terrible jump. Okay, this is going to be the last round, so we're going to give it our all. We've had a lot of excitement around here in this stream. We've had people coming in. We've had some amazing generosity in the community with some subscriptions and some follows. And I think now we just need to make sure that we concentrate on a win. Now, again, not a great start. Let's see if we can't come up with something. When do I play Animal Crossing New Horizons? My next will be on Saturday evening. I'm not sure exactly what my schedule next week is going to be. I'll tell you my schedule this week. This week, again, it's a little bit of a weird schedule. It's not my usual schedule. I switched up for a few reasons. So I wanted to play this tonight. And then we have a game called Fall Guys. You may have heard of it. It's a little popular on Twitch. There's a new season on Thursday, so I'm going to be playing that because I like medieval things and it just seems fun and interesting. And have the game, might as well check out the new season. Saturday morning, I would actually be... I normally would have played the fishing tournament and invited people to join me on my island. Unfortunately, that corresponds with an event that Intellivision is putting on. And if you don't know, Intellivision is actually putting out a brand new video game console called the Amico. And there's going to be a big event on 10/10 at 10:10, which 10:10 is Saturday, and it'll be at 10:10 in the morning. I'm super pumped to check that out. The game system itself is a family-friendly system, and it's going to have very affordable games. It's just a lot of neat stuff. So they're doing an event. I'm going to live stream it, give my comments and thoughts beforehand. We'll do a review on what we know about the system. It's coming out hopefully this year. It's cool for a number of reasons and right up my alley, so I really want to spend some time with it. And then we have a Saturday night stream, which will be New Horizons, but it won't be one where I invite people to my island or where I go to islands. Instead, I'm doing something which I do about once a month, and it's called Isle Mana Live. My island name is Isle Mana. And I invite a guest on, and we do an interview inside of the studio, which is in my basement in my house. And we just get to talk about all kinds of cool stuff and, give our Animal Crossing New Horizons characters some emotes to mess around with. And it's just a low-key kind of thing, but we get to have some really good conversations. So Memory Martin is actually going to be my guest. We're going to be talking about mental health, Asperger's. We're going to be talking about artwork and video games and all kinds of good stuff. So that should be a fun one. That'll be on Saturday night. So that's the deal. Look forward to that. That's me, Memory Martin says. So shout outs to Memory Martin if you're interested. They've actually just returned to streaming after a little bit of a hiatus. Okay. Whew. Where are we now, huh? Oof. So many things to shoot with fireballs. So many things to be hit with fireballs. There we go. And that's not what I wanted. Oh, come on. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, that worked, but still not great. Let's do that. What's it gonna get? A POW, huh? Okay, well, at least we get this, and hopefully this is gonna be okay. Get this mushroom here. World 1-1, I mean, this is a good one to catch up on those things like power-ups. Get some time there. Do that. Grab that. Okay, so now we just need to worry about the star coming up. And I'm really curious, you know, for those of you who play, what is your play style in this game? Mine has been essentially try to get as many enemies as you can while also trying to collect coins. And essentially play some of the earlier, easier levels to speedrun, the ones that I tend to play. Not that I speedrun this game, but, you know, those ones that I'm more familiar with. And that way I can just kind of cruise through enemies and I'm not distracted and whatnot, so. Going for things as I can, right? That's the heart of it. Then there's also like this, where I could get some coins. Urban Fervor says to absolutely refuse to die, whatever it takes. That's another actual good plan. Okay, we're just going to grab some coins. I know it's at the expense of time. Normally I wouldn't do it, but coins I was pretty low on, so at this point that's probably a good idea. But we don't need to wait all the way because we want to make sure... Uh-oh, watch out. What are we going to watch out for, huh? Somebody. Let's go for the attackers again. Actually, let's go for lowest time again. Now, one thing about this game that's a little strange to me is they opted for the pixel perfect aspect ratio, which... which is a little off-putting for me because I'm used to it being slightly stretched wider due to the 4:3 aspect ratio of most televisions of the time. So this is a little strange. It just feels a little squashed, but it's still really good, and I know why they did it, because that will prevent a lot of the issues, the scaling issues that crop up on modern displays and whatnot. But it is a little different, you know? I mean, there's lots of little differences when you play this game. You pick it up and you go, ah, this is not the same Mario, okay? By the way, everybody, I talked a little earlier about having to go to the doctors about the pain in my left hand. I've actually been feeling it a little bit during this stream, and that also worries me. So I'm feeling that tingling in my left hand just from playing, so it's not great. Little nervous about that. Please keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I'm really hoping that it's, you know, maybe just a random sprain. I had something similar, maybe not as painful, happen before, and it lasted for a little while and then went away, and I thought that I was good to go, and I don't know now. And, yeah, you know, Chronos says maybe if you need to end early, that's a good idea. You know, we're gonna, whatever it takes, this is the very last run, for sure, and, as it's starting to hurt, that's part of it. Hey, oh my gosh, Kai, thank you so much. Kai says heal, and I love those emotes, and I really appreciate that message. And also, what a perfect emote, huh? I actually really appreciate that message. Heal is such a good term because, you know, really, being healthy is so important in so many aspects. Mental health, physical health, just your ability to be whole. That sort of holistic health is really important. So thank you for sharing that, actually. Whew! Okay. Man, just telling you. It's got my nerves up. It's got my nerves up. And thanks, Dash. Dash is agreeing with that. Alright, we're one of 6, so we're not doing too bad. But of course, it's nerve-wracking, so... I can't believe, though, this last one, you know, I just... holding in to the very end, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. Okay, so we're down to the remaining 5. So, let's try not to mess up, shall we? This is a thing, let me tell you. There we go. Okay. What are we? 2-1? Okay. Grab that. I mean, we're at 400 time. That's not bad. It's not really what I want. I wanna just keep crushing this here, you know? I don't want to run out of time. Whew. Man, that jump. Some of the momentum jumps, though, it still gets you every time, you know? Oh! Shucks. Oh! Uh-oh. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Gotta get something good. Okay, sweet. That's what I wanted. Good. Okay, I'm glad that I got a good item. I wanted that fire flower. I think one of the things that has me mess up a lot is I get complacent. You know, I think, oh, I've got these storage items, but sometimes you don't get what you want, right? You know, you're like, oh, I'll just get that fire flower if I sacrifice the hit, you know? And you can do it, but it doesn't always work out. And sometimes you end up as small Mario and you're panicking, you know? Okay, so we're doing okay. Still with 5. I would like for there to be... I'd like for there to be only one other person at this point because I'm feeling the stress come in. And at this point, because, you know, when I'm playing this just for myself, I don't quite feel that stress, that pressure of performing live for everyone. But right now I am, and it's nerve-wracking. Oh boy. Ah, the hammer. The hammer got me. Okay. Not bad. Oh, the Bowser. The Bowser. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Go through here. We're gonna take a hit because we got to. Okay. Come on. I'll take the mushroom for now. Okay. Is this, yeah, that's what I thought. It's like some of these levels, I forget how they work. No! Shucks. Okay, hopefully we get a good level here. Yeah, everybody's gangsta till the Bowser isn't gray. Oh dear. That is just oh, no! But we made it to level 40, which is pretty cool. 4 there. That's pretty good. I fall into the philosophy that some certain select things are worth slightly deteriorating your health over, Urban Fervor says. Self-care seems to be a challenge for people. Why do you think that is, anyone? Chrono, that's a really good question. I don't know. Dark Slaughter says, GG Mana, that was a great game. Thank you. We'll definitely have to play this again so that I can prove to you that I've actually won. But let's go back here to the main menu. Your free Friday memory, Martin. Good to know. Kai, thank you so much for the GGs. Let me go over to stats really quickly. Apparently, I've played about 3 hours of this. Highest ranking is one. I've only have 1 first place win. Here I was saying like I had 2 or 3. I really thought I did, but apparently I only have 1. Good to know. I've had 12 knockouts. Lots of jumps. Lots of distance traveled. Yeah. So there we go. Those are my records, everybody. I think tonight was, there were some pretty good runs. I'd like to do more. I definitely think that we need to play this again because there is just so much depth to this. It's a lot of fun. And it's obviously here for a limited time. So I am intending to play this again on stream. I don't know when yet. Heck, maybe we'll even throw in a bonus stream this Friday if all goes well. Who knows? If we do, we probably would end up playing this. I saw here that Seth is playing. Memory Martin tells me. 8-Bit Dad 7DC. I think that would be an excellent person to raid. So I think that's probably who we will raid in a moment here. Let's just pull up Twitch here for a moment. And while we do that, hold on a second here. While we do that, I am also going to... let's snap our fingers, everybody. Let's snap our fingers and change out here, everybody. Wait, what is this? Twitchy Brace says check enemies and recent tab. Okay, enemies beaten. Hold on. There we go. So a lot of the Goombas. So there we go. We've beaten a fair amount there. It's a lot. Here we go. Average ranking. Oh, hey, there we go. That's kind of cool. So recent results have been a little bit varied, but I've been, look at that, consistently in around the 10 mark. So that's pretty good. Average ranking of 6. So I'll take that. That's not too shabby. That's pretty cool. But let's go ahead and we're going to do a little snapping fingers. Everybody, let's snap together. We haven't done this for a while, but 3, 2, 1, and snap. Pachow. So there we go. A really good question, Urban Fervor asks, anyone who had a 3DS, did anyone have the Mario clock? I think I did, and it was really cool. And that's kind of what they brought to that little Game & Watch, which I think is really cool. Way to go, consistently making the top 5, Dash says. Thank you so much. Dark Solid X asks what I think of the new Smash character. Okay. Again, I'm a big Nintendo fan. There are a couple of franchises that I've never been particularly fond of, Pokemon being one of them, and Smash Brothers, interestingly enough. I just find that as a fighting game, it's a little too chaotic. Characters are too small on the screen. There's too many of them. I just don't tend to get really, really excited. Oh my gosh, you had 1 million coins on Mario Clock before you finally gave up trying to find a limit. That's awesome, Urban Fervor. So, and Chrono has been swept into a wormhole. We'll have to find out what's going on there when they return. So, Smash Brothers has not been a game that I have been particularly fond of, but I have picked up, I happen to have Melee. Do I have Brawl? I'm not sure if I have Brawl, but I do have, was it 4? Because now it's Ultimate. So I think 4 was on the Wii U. And I have it on the 3DS as well. And I have all the DLC for the Wii U game. I don't think I have it for the 3DS, I'm not sure. But for whatever reason, when Ultimate came out, you know, I looked at it and I thought, oh, I should get it. You know, all these characters, it's cool. There's so many cool characters. I have the Amiibo. I have tons of Amiibo. I love the Smash Amiibo lineup. But when Smash Ultimate came out, it didn't capture my attention. The closest I came to getting it was when I saw that there was a Secret of Mana crossover, or Mana franchise crossover, and I think it was Trials of Mana maybe, or maybe it was Collection of Mana and there was Secret of Mana in it. I thought, that's cool. I could get these characters, but I wasn't sure if I would get them for sure. I didn't know. And ultimately, I just kind of lost interest in picking it up. It's not a game I think I would stream. If I got it, I would definitely stream, but it's not one I think I would continually stream because I didn't stream the Wii U game consistently. Again, it's just not my game totally. And the more characters that are not from Nintendo franchises that have come into the series, the more I feel that it's lost some of the heart of the original game, which I did play back in the day. I borrowed the original game on the N64. I played some of that and played it with some friends and things, and I played Melee a bit with friends. And I really liked that whole puppet thing that was going on in the first game, and this idea that all these characters were actually toys and stuff, and it was kind of cool. I think there's room for the game to be as it is with all of these characters, but I just don't know that it really feels like a Nintendo game so much anymore. It kind of feels a little like Super Indie Carts as this massive crossover, and that's not necessarily bad, but it does change some of the character of the franchise. And I think for some people, myself included, it loses a little bit of the charm and the specialness of it. Like, if it's not just sort of like Nintendo characters duking it out, but sort of all of these characters, I'm not quite as interested. That's me personally. I think a lot of people are super interested. I think it's a smart move to include Steve. I think it's awesome to have Minecraft. represented on Nintendo systems because that collaboration between Microsoft and Nintendo is so huge. I'm sure that was in part how they arranged to have Banjo-Kazooie, was that they were also going to have Steve. Steve is in Smash now, yeah. And I think at the end of the day, it's not bad, okay? It's not, like, I'm not going to knock it. But I will say it looks out of place. I think it would have been cool if the characters were done in more of a Nintendo style. Like, if you look at all the other characters, they've kind of been Nintendo-fied. Like, if you think of Mega Man, Nintendo did such a great job of capturing the original pixel art Mega Man and putting that into the game in a way that made sense. It looked like the classic Mega Man. But of course, we only ever had the pixel art Mega Man in Nintendo, never a 3D model like that. Steve was just announced, and Steve looks like his model from Minecraft. I think that's a missed opportunity. I think it would have been cool to have seen Nintendo add some extra polish to Steve. Maybe some additional lighting, curvature, maybe something along the lines of what you see a lot of people do, and at least they did in the past, where they would rig 3D models of their Minecraft characters, and they always were a little bit more rounded, a little more polished, a little more shaded, a little more three-dimensional. I would have loved to have seen Nintendo take that route. There we go. Memory Martin says, for Sonic, I feel like it kind of makes sense given he's Mario's rival. Steve, I expected due to popularity. The others I can't give my opinion on because I never played the games. Fair enough. There's a lot of them out there. I mean, I think it's cool. Like, there's some cool characters. You know, it's not a game I would play on stream. I have mentioned before, though, that Bayonetta, it's an interesting game. I played through both the first and the second, and there's some really neat stuff in there. There's other stuff that is problematic, and it's why I won't play it on stream. But it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting to see her in the game. It's really cool to see, like, Mr. Game & Watch. It's really cool to see, you know, Banjo-Kazooie. That makes a ton of sense. Then, you know, it's like, okay, then we have Cloud, and Final Fantasy VII had never been on a Nintendo console, but then it was released on Nintendo, and then it came out, and that made sense. That was kind of cool, but also didn't make sense. I don't know. Ryu and Ken, it's like, well, that makes sense, but doesn't make sense. Like, Steve, it's cool. I like Minecraft. I'm glad it's on there. I think a lot of people are going to be happy. I know I read David Kimball's post. He sort of felt like it was a missed opportunity where they should have focused more on a level as opposed to a character, because the levels are more iconic of Minecraft than the characters. I think there's some validity to that. But I also think at the end of the day, you know, Steve is the recognizable mascot of Minecraft. He's who you start out with before you skin your character. If you're playing on mobile, you probably have him first. At the end of the day, I guess where I come in with all of this, these are my thoughts. I don't know that it's right or wrong. A lot of this comes down to the fact that I'm not really that invested in it. But it kind of does make me want to try it. Like, I'm not going to lie. And maybe that's all Nintendo really wants, is just, you know, it kind of gives me a little, like, it kind of drives me away and entices me at the same time. Make of that as you will. I don't know what to say about that. We're going to go ahead and get ready, though, everybody. Thank you for letting me talk a little bit about that, waffle on about that. We're going to go ahead and check out Seth, who I am told is currently streaming. So let's check that up really quickly. For those of you who are new around here, and I know many of you are, thank you so much for those follows. We do something called a Mana Splash Raid. This is what we called it since the very beginning, and of course you're familiar with raids. If you're not, this is an opportunity for us to visit another channel, send all of our community over there to check out what they're doing, and get a little bit of an opportunity to say hi and maybe, you know, introduce people to some new followers or to new streamers. So the Mana Splash Raid, it's kind of like you never had a Mana Splash Potion in a game. We're going to send a bunch of Mana Splash Potions their way to get them boosted up and excited while they're streaming, just to brighten their day, give them a little energy to continue on, and that's what we're going to do. So let's figure out. I'm trying to find Seth here. Excuse me. I'm not seeing them. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Hold on a second. Oh wait. Oh, just kidding. I was looking at following hosts, not people who are live. That's silly of me. There we go. There we go. Let's talk about Steven Smash. That's what 8-Bit Dad is talking about. So let's continue that. And he's playing the same game. So my friends, let's get the party going there. Let's raid 8-Bit Dad 7DC. My friends, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for being a part of my life and my stream. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I hope you'll consider joining me again next time. That's in 2 days when we're playing Fall Guys. It'll be nice and chill. I have a lot more opportunities to talk and connect and chat in that game, even though it still gets chaotic in matches and whatnot. Listen, stay safe and healthy out there. And please, there's a lot of people having doctor's visits, myself included. Please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. If you're interested in joining me in my Discord server, I invite people I've gotten to know a little bit through chat in there. I'd love to have some of you join me. Just a guy here, maybe that might be something you'd be interested in. Join me next time. I'll go ahead and share some links with you if you ask. But everybody, we've got 18 viewers ready to raid 8-Bit Dad 7DC. Just a guy here. I'll send you a whisper right after the raid. But do good, be well, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.